Okay, so we're going to determine the exact values of trig ratios. You can see, yeah. Okay. Now what we have here is we have a angle, so there's 105. That's not actually falling in our special triangles, right? Our special triangles essentially consist of the values of technically 90s involved, and then we have 30, 60, and 45. Our goal is, because we're trying to find exact value, is to find combinations of these that are going to either add or subtract to be this value. Okay. Quickly looking at this, I know 60 and 40 will give me 100 plus another 5 would give me 105. So in other words, I can split this question into cos 60 plus 45 degrees, right? And now we've been given a formula that goes along with this. The formula is that cos A plus B, and we're going to write it down here, so I have that memorized, is equal to cos A times cos B, and then it's minus, right? Sine A, sine B. Sine A, sine B. So in this case, we'll call this our A and this our B, correct? So we're going to get cos 60 plus 45 is equal to cos 60 cos 45. Okay, that's our A and that's our B. Subtract sine 60, that's our A, times sine 45, and that's our B. Okay, does this make sense so far? Okay. So then from there, we have our special triangles. They've even given you guys a whole sheet to work off of, right? So in this question, we know that this cos 105, I'm going to no longer write it as cos 60 plus 45. Cos 105 is cos 60 gives us what? A half? Great. So we have a half, and cos 45 gives us
1 over square root 2.
1 root 2. All subtracted by sine 60, root 3 over 2. And sine 45
is 1 root 2.
1 over root 2. Are you okay on how to find those values? Do you want me to quickly go over that?
With the triangle?
Yeah.
With the opposite over?
Yeah, so say, for instance, I know we just kind of grabbed them off of what you had there. But the idea being, this is technically wrong. Let's get a better triangle. There you go. That'll be a better one for that. Okay, so essentially this is our 45, and our 90. They're both 90-degree triangles. This guy being 60, him being 30, right? On this one we get 1 root 2 as our sides, and here we're going to get, it is 2 root 3, I believe. Yeah. Yes, that's right. So in other words, cos 60, okay, so 60 degrees is our adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 1 over 2, essentially what we got here. Cos 45 means we're over here, and adjacent over hypotenuse is 1 over root 2. Sine 60 would be opposite over hypotenuse, which is our root 3 over 2. And sine 45 ends up being the exact same thing because this triangle is identical, so root 1 over root 2. Okay, so we have not quite what we want. Let's move it all out of the way. Bring it down, and then we'll kind of just work from there. And I'll move this guy too. So from there, all it is essentially knowing our fraction rules. Okay, so we've moved those to the side. I'm going to swing over to the left a bit. Here we go. Cos 105 is now equal to, well, 1 by 1 is 1. 2 times root 2 is 2 root 2. Okay. Subtract root 3 over 2 root 2. Well, it just so happens we have 2 common denominators. So we're going to get 1 subtract root 3 over 2 root 2. Now, I don't think they want us, because they want an exact value, they probably want it in this radical form. They don't want us to write it into some decimal. So this is probably where they want us to end the question. Okay, so we have it in our radical form, and our final answer is cos 105 is equivalent of 1 subtract root 3 divided by 2 times root 2.